Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. We have more news on XDefiant, and as we're only in season 1, yes, already we have leaks coming for season 2, which is none other than Far Cry 6 New Dawn Highwaymen. So the leaks are actually insane. I'm not a big fan of Far Cry, and when I say big fan, I just haven't played the games, and I'm not really familiar with Far Cry. But from some of the kind of character photos and what they can pull from, it seems pretty cool. Because before we break down all these details, don't forget, if you're a returning viewer or if you're new to the channel, hit the sub, hit the like. Also, leave a comment on how you're currently getting on with season 1, and let me know your thoughts also down in the comments on what you think of this information. What do you think of Highwaymen coming to XDefiant? So the first part we're going to get into is just a full overview of what data miners have kind of got from season 2 with Highwaymen and Far Cry 6. Now the first part is that we see that there's prestige mode, there's also abilities, the new weapons, the addition of custom game modes, which is going to be more redefined, and actually the characters overall, we got their names as well. And on screen with the photo of the Highwaymen, it looks so cool. I think they could pull some great kind of cosmetics and skins, which would be pretty cool to see in the game. And I'm really excited on this as well. And once again, as I said, I really didn't play Far Cry, but with everything that's coming out here, we're gonna kind of maybe look into the prestige mode is the first part that we're gonna look into. Now when it comes to prestige mode, I'm just not sure how it might work out. What we have and the information we have is going to be actually you'll be able to reset your rank on your weapons. Okay, so what happens is that you're going to actually keep your mastery camos, so you can use that on your weapons once you've obtained them, but essentially your rank is going to reset and all the attachments on your weaponry is going to be removed. If you've played the original Call of Duties, you would know this kind of type of this mode for prestige. What it does is it makes you use the weaponry over again. Once you've kind of unlocked everything for a weapon, you've done all the camo grinds, essentially, you're not really going to use those guns again. You're just going to stay with your main ones because you've done everything. But when you prestige and you reset all your weapons kind of rankings, and also when it comes to the actual attachments for your weapons, you got to grind those out again. You got to want to go for something as well. And once again, I'm not 100% sure on what you might be able to obtain with the mastery camos. I honestly think reset the mastery camos and go again. It just depends on preference. I'm sure there would be an outcry if it did happen, there'd be an outcry if it didn't happen. And why would you really need to use all the other weapons again? You just want to stick with those main weapons and unlock all the attachments for your main weapons that you currently use, because you have the mastery camos for everything else. But it'd be nice to kind of see, if you've already unlocked a certain amount of mastery camos, if your weapon kind of XP resets and you haven't unlocked a certain mastery camo, you might need to get up to those ranks again, and that might reset at 1. So it depends on what's going to come to the game. I'm really excited for it. I think prestige mode, resetting your XP for your weapons and resetting your XP for your attachments, and obviously your rank, it allows you to kind of push again and give more to the game, and it allows you just to kind of hone your ability with these weapons, redefine them at base level and working it all the way up and trying out different attachments that you might have put in the corner a little bit. But then we're going to move on to the next part, which is the abilities. So basically what we've got is a ballistic turret, the saw blades, and a grenade launcher. I'm really excited to see the ballistic turret. I'm really excited to see that ultimate ability, and then the saw blades and the grenade launcher. I don't know how I feel about the grenade launcher. It could be a bit spammy. It depends on the explosions. If you're running that, you might not need a certain kind of lethal grenade because you can be running more than the EMP and the flash. So it might work out that way. The saw blades is also something that might be a bit of a hard one to get through as well, because essentially they could be just a one-shot kill. I'd like to see them maybe not do 100% of the damage, but maybe do some bleed damage, pretty similar to what we see with the cleaners, where they have fire damage. Maybe like if you get hit with the saw blade and you're not running the libertads, essentially you might bleed out with a certain amount of damage then afterwards. I think that would be a pretty cool kind of balance for those saw blades once they hit you, more so than just a one-shot kill. And I think they're more so like a longer distance shotgun. The way those blades are just going to spin out and hit you. I don't know how accurate they're going to be, which would be nice to see within it as well. But they do sound interesting. And then also with the grenade launcher, how many you're going to get. I'm thinking more along the lines of like a thumper that will be kind of in the game. Once again, if you played Call of Duty, which I'm sure everybody looking at this has, you know what the thumper is, but it depends on the distance. You don't want to be able to fire that across the map when you respawn or into an A or a B on domination, because that's kind of where the respawn is. We move on. Weapons. So we also know that there's 3 new weapons, which is the submachine gun, the PP-19, the spy shotgun, and an unknown light machine gun as well. Now in season 1, we got the complete opposite. We got an assault rifle, sniper rifle, and a secondary handgun as well, which is a double barrel sawn-off shotgun. But with this, we get the opposite category, and I'm really excited to see a new submachine gun come into the game, because realistically, it is dominated by the MP7. And look, as though the P90 is a pretty cool gun to use. You got a huge mag in that. The MP5 is just really lackluster as well. And realistically, your default ones, you've probably done all the mastery camos. You're probably going to be running the MP7 anyway. So it'd be nice to see a new, and the Vector is actually pretty strong as well. Let's put the Vector up there. I'm not dogging on the Vector, but it's nice to see a new submachine gun. Now, obviously, people are looking for balances within those weapons, you know, especially when it comes to the assault rifles and also the submachine guns as well. We've seen that with one of the sniper rifles having the flinch kind of altered. So we're probably going to get a balance in the weaponry, which might make it a little bit better anyway. But once again, we're getting there. I think the light machine guns are really, really good in the game anyway, so it's nice to get a little bit further on what that unknown light machine gun will be. Now, the next part that we are moving into is custom game modes and new characters. We got the names of the characters, which is Ridley, Ramos, and Carcel. I'm not 100% sure, and once again, on Far Cry, I don't know if these are main characters in the game. It doesn't look like any kind of season has brought any main characters, but when it comes to custom game modes, we're going to be able to get in there, you know, play around with certain weapons, play around with certain maps. You kind of, you know, it's content creators kind of dream to be in there for kind of thumbnails, but also if you wanted to kind of understand certain abilities and how they work as a whole. So we're getting all of that into the game, and obviously a lot of skins are going to come to the game, and weapon skins as well. Because look, that is all from me on the latest of season 2 for Far Cry. Let me know down in the comments how you're feeling about this. Don't forget to hit the like and that sub button, and look, I'm really excited for this, and I know we're only in season 1, but you know, we're nearly there already with season 2 content, and I will catch you on the next ones. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking the time to listen.